Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue that has sent shockwaves through both sides of the Atlantic and threatens to upend the fragile truce between two of Port Charles' most celebrated and wounded parents. Willow Corinthos, driven by determination and dread in equal measure, has crossed continents to confront the man she once loved, the father of her child, Michael Corinthos, who now lies in a German hospital recovering from life-altering burns. But beneath the guise of concern for his health beats a far more calculated motive: Willow's desperate bid to dissuade Michael from pursuing custody of their son Wiley. What follows is a tale of betrayal, anguish, and a final, damning revelation that will test even the strongest bonds of family. Willow's journey began under ashen skies in Frankfurt, the city's familiar bustle replaced by the antiseptic stillness of a medical complex. Having arrived in the early hours, she navigated corridors scented with disinfectant, her heart pounding not from the jet lag, but from the weight of her mission. Memories of happier times flooded her mind: Willow and Michael laughing on the docks of Port Charles, cradling Wiley as newborn sunshine drifted through nursery windows, and she wondered how so swiftly those days had been eclipsed by anger, betrayal, and legal threats. Her white knuckles clutched a letter of her own, legal papers, indicating Michael's intent to file for full custody, a step she believed would punish her for choosing Drew Kane over him. Yet she could not bear the thought of her son growing up torn between parents locked in court battles, so she resolved to travel halfway around the world to face Michael in his most vulnerable state and convince him to abandon his custody bid. When Willow finally reached Michael's room in the specialized burn unit, she felt her resolve falter. Through the half-open door, she glimpsed his bandaged form, arms swathed in gauze, chest strapped with protective dressings, his eyelids swollen, breathing shallow, and measured by the hum of life support machines. Michael had been her partner, her rock, and the man she had vowed to stand by, witnessing his scars, both physical and, she suspected, emotional, stirred an ache of remorse deep within her. Yet she channeled that emotion into steel. She rapped lightly on the glass pane, steeled herself to the sight of his eyes, and stepped inside. The moment he registered her presence, however, any hope of reconciliation evaporated. Michael's glare was ice cold, his voice tight with old wounds when he refused to see her. "Don't come near me," he rasped. "Not after what you did." No mention of Wiley's welfare, no flicker of parental concern, only the bitterness of a man scorned by the greatest betrayal. The woman he loved had chosen another. The truth was that Willow's infidelity, her decision to follow her heart to Drew, abandoning her marriage, had shattered Michael's faith in their partnership. His dreams of a life together, of raising Wiley side by side, were buried beneath evidence of her affair. Michael had declined to visit Willow when she was in jeopardy. He had stood firm against her pleas in the courtroom, and now, even as he lay broken and bandaged, he saw no reason to forgive. Willow, standing before him in her grief-torn clothes, realized that pure apology would not suffice. She had come to change his mind with words of love and promises of co-parenting, but Michael's pride and pain blocked every compassionate appeal. The longer she stood there, the more she understood that without a seismic shift in perception, he would never relent. Knowing that emotional entreaties would fail, Willow prepared to deliver a bombshell she had agonized over for years, a secret so volatile it threatened to redefine every facet of Michael's identity. Days before their divorce, she had received an anonymous letter claiming that Wiley was not Michael's biological son. The letter hinted at deception by the baby's birth mother and alleged that at the time of conception, Willow had been involved, wittingly or not, with another man. Fearful, ashamed, but too unsettled to ignore such a claim, Willow had undergone a private DNA test with results that confirmed her greatest fear: Michael was not Wiley's biological father. The admission would have shattered Michael then, so she concealed it, raising Wiley under the pretense of Michael's paternity. Now, with Michael poised to fight for custody, she resolved that he deserved the truth, even if that truth threatened to sever the last thread of goodwill between them. Seated tentatively beside his bed in the hushed glow of the ICU, Willow drew a shaky breath and broke the news. She detailed how, months before his accident, she received the letter, how sleepless nights led her to a discreet clinic, how a sterile swab had delivered proof that Michael shared none of Wiley's genetic markers, and how every loving moment they had shared raising their son had been grounded in a lie. Michael's eyes widened in horror, his chest heaving beneath the bandages as if the revelation itself threatened to topple him. For a long moment, he said nothing, gripping the mattress as though the walls might collapse. Around them, machines beeped their steady rhythm, oblivious to the emotional tempest unleashed in the room. Yet when Michael finally spoke, His words carried a weight both unexpected and profoundly human. Despite the fact that Wiley was not his biological child, Michael refused to relinquish his role as father. He recounted the countless nights he had spent soothing his son's nightmares, the pride he felt teaching Wiley to ride a bike, the warmth of Wiley's crayon scrawl spelling data on a refrigerator door. "Biology doesn't make a parent," Michael declared, voice thick with emotion. "Love does. I've been his father long before any test could prove it." In that moment, Michael's denial of his biological claim and his unwavering commitment to Wiley transcended legal technicalities. The man Willow hoped to dissuade from a custody battle instead found a reason to double down on his devotion. For Willow, Michael's resolve was both a relief and a fresh wound. Relief that she would not face a courtroom fight that might pit her against the man she once loved, and sadness that her confession had caused him fresh pain. She realized that in trying to protect Wiley from legal strife, she had inflicted an emotional blow that cut deeper than any courtroom verdict. The room that had once echoed with Michael's rejection now resonated with the power of parental bond, one forged not in DNA but in the shared memories of scraped knees, bedtime stories, and whispered "I love yous" at dawn. As Willow watched Michael's eyes, lined with both tears and determination, she recognized a fundamental truth: the love between parent and child transcends blood. Michael would stand guard over Wiley's future, regardless of genetics, ensuring the security and affection a boy needs. And so, with a bittersweet smile, Willow conceded her mission. She would return to Port Charles not to broker legal peace, but to join Michael in the life they had built. Two flawed adults united by an unbreakable love for a child who deserved nothing less. With their fates irrevocably entwined, Willow and Michael prepared to leave Germany behind. They made a pact in the sterile privacy of Michael's hospital suite to co-parent with honesty and respect, to shield Wiley from the storms of adult regret, and to honor the roles they had chosen, father and mother, over the accidents of biology. As they boarded the flight back to Port Charles, Willow gazed at her ex-husband with newfound admiration, and Michael looked at her with the gratitude of a man who had nearly lost everything yet emerged stronger in heart. Stay tuned to GH Spoilers as we follow the next chapter of Willow and Michael's journey, how they will redefine family, navigate forgiveness, and ensure that Wiley grows up wrapped in the unwavering love of both the woman who bore him and the man who raised him. In Port Charles, blood may be thicker than water, but love runs deeper still. Next, we will dive deep into the swirling storm of secrets surrounding Lulu Spencer as she grapples with a moral dilemma that could unravel the very fabric of several lives in Port Charles. For months, Lulu has been caught in a turbulent tug-of-war between shielding Dante Falconeri from painful revelations and respecting Brooke Lynn Quartermain's desperate wish to keep her past concealed. However, as buried truths about Brooke Lynn's teenage years and the enigmatic origins of Giovanni Gio Palmieri begin to surface, Lulu finds herself haunted by a profound question: what about the innocent soul at the center of this mystery? Join us as we explore the intricate layers of this unfolding drama, from Lulu's internal conflict to the potential fallout that could shake the foundations of the Quartermain family. Lulu Spencer has always been a woman of conviction, but her current predicament has her walking an emotional tightrope. Until recently, her perspective on this explosive secret was shaped by her connections to the adults involved: Dante, her former love and co-parent, whose stability she cherishes, and Brooke Lynn, a figure who has long stirred mixed emotions within her due to their tangled history. Yet, as Lulu delves deeper into an investigative piece for the Longview Banner, her focus shifts dramatically. She's no longer just weighing the consequences for Dante and Brooke Lynn. She's forced to confront the broader implications of a long-suppressed truth. What does this mean for the young man who might be caught in the crossfire? If Gio is indeed the child Brooke Lynn relinquished years ago, then every aspect of his life, his identity, his heritage, and his sense of belonging has been obscured by a veil of deception. Lulu's heart aches as she imagines the confusion and hurt that could engulf Gio if this secret is exposed without care. Her instincts as a journalist, honed by years of chasing stories, clash with her protective maternal side, leaving her sleepless as she ponders whether silence is protection or betrayal. Can she bear the burden of knowing while staying mute, or will her conscience demand action? The deeper Lulu digs into her assignment in Longview, the more unsettling connections she uncovers, each one tightening the knot of suspicion in her chest. Her work at the Longview Banner isn't just generating buzz, it's stirring whispers that Gio's lineage might tie him more closely to the Quartermain dynasty than anyone in Port Charles ever imagined. New details have emerged about Lois Cerullo's role in Gio's upbringing, painting a picture of a woman who might have gone to great lengths to shield Brooke Lynn from the fallout of her past decisions. Lois, known for her fierce maternal loyalty, seems to have woven an intricate web of half-truths and omissions to protect her daughter, perhaps even altering records or crafting narratives to keep Gio's origins hidden. Lulu has stumbled upon cryptic correspondence and old hospital logs that hint at a cover-up, though the full scope remains elusive. Each clue she unearths feels like a step closer to a bombshell that could detonate not just Brooke Lynn and Dante's carefully constructed lives, but the entire Quartermain legacy. The family, already no stranger to scandal, might face an unprecedented reckoning if Gio's true parentage comes to light, potentially reshaping power dynamics and emotional bonds within the clan. Will Lulu's pursuit of the truth ignite a firestorm, or can she find a way to navigate this minefield with grace? As Lulu pieces together this intricate puzzle, the stakes climb to dizzying heights, forcing her to weigh every possible outcome with agonizing precision. Should she confide in Dante first, giving him a chance to process the revelation before it spills into the public eye? Doing so risks fracturing the fragile trust she's rebuilt with Brooke Lynn, who has fought tooth and nail to bury this chapter of her life. Moreover, it could thrust Gio into a whirlwind of identity crisis and emotional turmoil, especially since his late mother, who played a pivotal role in shaping his early years, is no longer here to offer answers or solace. Lulu can't help but imagine the young man's anguish. How would it feel to learn that the foundation of your life was built on a lie, with no chance to confront or forgive the one who kept it from you? On the other hand, if Lulu opts for silence, she risks denying Gio the fundamental right to know who he is, a betrayal that could haunt her forever. Her loyalty, once split between two adults, now extends undeniably to the child caught in the middle. She wrestles with vivid scenarios of Gio's reaction. Will he embrace the truth as a key to understanding himself, or will he resent her for shattering his world with a revelation that feels more like a wound than a gift? The emotional weight of this secret presses down on Lulu like a storm cloud ready to burst, and her every decision feels like a gamble with lives she holds dear. Beyond the immediate players, there's the ripple effect on the broader Port Charles community to consider. If Gio's heritage is proven to tie him to the Quartermains, it could spark legal battles over inheritance, ignite long-dormant feuds, or even draw in other families with historical ties to the clan, like the Corinthos or the Cassidines, who might seize on the chaos for their own agendas. Lulu also reflects on her own past. Her struggles as a mother and her desire to protect her children from pain mirror the instincts driving her now. She recalls late-night conversations with her own mother, Laura, about the importance of truth tempered with compassion, and wonders if she can strike that balance here. Every path forward seems fraught with peril, yet inaction feels equally unbearable. Will she emerge as the catalyst who brings Gio's hidden past into the unforgiving light, forever altering his trajectory? And if she does, will Gio see her as a savior who freed him from a lie, or as the harbinger of a heartbreak so profound it severs his trust in everyone he thought he knew? In the end, Lulu Spencer stands at a crossroads, where every choice carries the potential for both healing and destruction. Her journey through this labyrinth of secrets isn't just about uncovering the truth, it's about navigating the fragile human connections that define her life in Port Charles. As she inches closer to a decision, the echoes of Gio's unknown story reverberate through her, a reminder that some truths, once unearthed, can never be reburied. The question remains, will Lulu find the courage to illuminate the shadows of the past, or will the weight of what she discovers keep her tethered to silence? Next, we will immerse ourselves in the captivating whirlwind of emotions surrounding Sasha Gilmore Corbin and Jason Morgan as a potential love story begins to blossom in Port Charles. Whispers of romance between these two unlikely allies have been swirling, and there's mounting evidence that their bond could evolve into something truly profound. From tentative beginnings to heartfelt connections, let's explore the intricate journey of Sasha and Jason, diving into imagined milestones, unexpected hurdles, and the tantalizing possibility of a family unit forming amidst the chaos of their lives. Buckle up as we unpack every detail of this budding relationship and speculate on where their path might lead in the ever-dramatic world of General Hospital. The seeds of a deeper connection between Sasha and Jason were planted under the most unconventional circumstances, initially rooted in necessity rather than desire. When Michael Corinthos had to step away from Port Charles, leaving Sasha in a vulnerable position, Jason reluctantly agreed to keep a watchful eye over her, a role that neither of them anticipated would spark anything beyond mere obligation. At first, Sasha bristled at the idea of Jason shadowing her every move, feeling like her independence was under scrutiny. However, as days turned into weeks, she began to see him not as a bodyguard, but as a steadfast presence who genuinely cared about her well-being. A pivotal moment came during one of Sasha's prenatal checkups at General Hospital, where Jason's quiet support during her latest ultrasound melted away her reservations. The flicker of joy in her eyes as he stood by her side, asking thoughtful questions about the baby's health, hinted at a shift. She no longer saw him as an imposition, but as a partner in this delicate chapter of her life. Their shared experiences navigating the ruse of Jason posing as the baby's father to shield Sasha from prying eyes have forged an unspoken trust, weaving the first threads of what could become a tight-knit family tapestry. This evolving dynamic isn't just limited to Sasha and Jason. It extends to the younger souls caught in their orbit, adding layers of warmth and complexity to their story. Sasha has quietly been building a tender rapport with Danny Morgan, Jason's son, who is still grappling with the heartbreaking loss of his mother, Sam McCall, just months ago. In small but meaningful gestures like Sasha helping Danny with a school art project or sharing stories about her own childhood to ease his loneliness, she's become a comforting figure in his world. Jason, watching these interactions unfold, can't help but feel a pang of hope. Could Sasha be the nurturing presence Danny so desperately needs? The vision of a family unit doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore, with Sasha, Jason, Danny, and her unborn child potentially forming a new foundation of love and stability. There's even room to dream that Emily Scout Kane, Jason's daughter, might join this unconventional clan depending on future developments with her own circumstances. Late-night conversations over hot chocolate in Sasha's cozy apartment, where Danny shyly opens up about his fears, paint a picture of domestic harmony that both Sasha and Jason secretly yearn for, even if they haven't yet admitted it to themselves. Of course, no road to romance in Port Charles is ever smooth, and Sasha and Jason recently stumbled upon a significant obstacle that tested the strength of their burgeoning bond. The revelation of Sasha's clandestine business arrangement with the notorious Jen Sidwell sent shockwaves through Jason, who felt blindsided by her secrecy. The deal, which promised Sasha financial security for her child's future, but at a dangerous cost, sparked a heated confrontation in the dim light of her living room, where Jason's frustration was palpable not out of anger, but out of deep concern for her safety. His protective instincts kicked into overdrive as he paced the room, voicing fears of Sidwell's ruthless reputation and the risks Sasha was taking. This clash, though fraught with tension, underscored a crucial truth. Jason's reaction stemmed from a place of genuine care, revealing just how much he's come to value her presence in his life. Rather than driving a wedge between them, this bump in the road illuminated the depth of his feelings, hinting that their relationship could soon pivot from platonic to passionate. As they stood face to face, Sasha saw not just irritation in his eyes, but a fierce desire to shield her from harm, a realization that left her heart racing with unspoken possibilities. The turning point in their story may very well rest with Sasha herself, as she contemplates a confession that could redefine everything. Picture this: a quiet evening at the docks, the cool breeze carrying the scent of the harbor as Sasha gathers her courage, her hands nervously fidgeting with the hem of her jacket. She turns to Jason, her voice barely above a whisper, and utters 6 emotionally charged words that could change their lives forever. "I have real feelings for you." What began as a mere charade to protect her unborn child from scandal, a fake father figure in Jason, has morphed into something achingly authentic for Sasha. Her heart, once guarded after countless betrayals and losses, now beats with a newfound vulnerability as she wonders if Jason could possibly reciprocate her burgeoning affection. The weight of those words hangs in the imagined air, a fragile bridge between pretense and reality. Will she muster the strength to lay bare her emotions, risking rejection but hoping for a shared future? The stakes are dizzyingly high, as admitting her feelings could either ignite a true love story or shatter the delicate balance they've built. Yet, even as Sasha and Jason stand on the precipice of romance, the specter of Michael Corinthos' return looms large, threatening to upend their carefully constructed world. When a recast Michael eventually strides back into Port Charles, his intentions may clash violently with the quiet life Sasha and Jason have begun to envision. Michael, driven by a sense of duty and perhaps lingering feelings, might demand to reclaim his role as the father of Sasha's child, igniting a custody clash that could tear through the fragile trust between all parties. Imagine tense scenes at the Corinthos estate, where Michael's piercing gaze meets Jason's stony resolve, each man staking a claim to a future with Sasha and the baby. This complication could muddy the waters of Jason and Sasha's potential romance, forcing them to confront whether their feelings are strong enough to weather such a storm. Still, there's a glimmer of resilience in their shared glances, moments stolen during late-night talks on Sasha's balcony, where they've whispered dreams of a life beyond the drama. Could they carve out a path forward as a couple, defying the odds and Michael's influence, or will external pressures prove too much to bear? The General Hospital fanbase is abuzz with speculation about Sasha and Jason's trajectory, mirroring the palpable excitement woven into the show's recent scripts. Social media forums and fan gatherings are alight with theories, some envisioning a grand wedding at the Quartermain mansion, with Danny proudly serving as ring bearer, while others predict a slower burn, with lingering glances and near confessions keeping viewers on edge. The GH writers have masterfully teased this romantic arc, dropping subtle hints in every charged silence and protective gesture Jason offers Sasha. From coffee shop encounters, where their hands brush over a shared cup, to Sasha's lingering smiles as Jason plays with Danny, the groundwork for a love story is undeniable. Whether it unfolds as a whirlwind passion or a gradual melding of hearts, the possibility of Jason and Sasha uniting as a couple has captured imaginations. Stay tuned to our channel for the latest updates on this enthralling storyline, as we track every twist and turn in their journey toward potential happily ever after or heartbreaking fallout. In the unpredictable landscape of Port Charles, Sasha Gilmore Corbin and Jason Morgan stand as a testament to the unexpected beauty of connection amidst chaos. Their story, born from a facade but growing into something genuine, promises to deliver the emotional depth and dramatic flair that General Hospital fans crave. Will Sasha's whispered confessions spark a new chapter of love, or will Michael's return and past secrets tear them apart before they've truly begun? We invite you to share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Do you ship Sasha and Jason, or foresee more obstacles ahead? Keep following ABC General Hospital spoilers for all the juicy updates as this potential romance unfolds, reshaping lives and hearts in ways we can't yet predict.